Late-night doomscrolling is not simply a failure of discipline. It is a predictable interaction between biology, interface design, and an unfinished stress response. The room is quiet, the day is over, and yet the stream keeps moving. The important question is not why you lack willpower, but why the loop is so easy to enter. Doomscrolling means repeatedly consuming negative or urgent information, even after it stops helping you understand what is happening. Night is not just a clock reading. It is a context in which fatigue, reduced inhibition, and emotional sensitivity can change the way attention is allocated. As sleep pressure builds, executive control becomes less reliable. Switching tasks and evaluating long-term consequences require effort that the tired brain has less available. This does not mean self-control vanishes. It means the balance between deliberate control and automatic behavior shifts as cognitive resources become depleted. A useful behavioral model is cue, urge, response. The time, place, and phone create a cue. Discomfort creates an urge, scrolling becomes the response. Over time, the bed, the darkness, and the phone become associated with checking. This is conditioning. A context begins to trigger a behavior before conscious choice arrives. The urge can feel like a request for more information, but it may actually be a search for relief, stimulation, certainty, or emotional completion. Feeds are especially sticky because rewards arrive unpredictably. This intermittent reinforcement makes checking resistant to extinction. The next swipe might contain something important. Novelty produces a brief attentional pull. The mechanism is not a simple dopamine switch, but a learning system that tracks possible rewards and unresolved information. Threat-related material captures attention because the brain prioritizes possible danger. But urgency in the feed is not the same as urgency in your real environment. The feed supplies updates without necessarily supplying resolution. A predictive brain may keep checking because the uncertainty itself remains active. When scrolling stops, the original tension may become noticeable again. That contrast can make stillness feel unusually uncomfortable, even in a quiet room. The short-term problem may be boredom, worry, or emotional residue from the day. Scrolling changes the feeling briefly, while delaying sleep and recovery. Late scrolling can delay sleep through several pathways: bright light, cognitive arousal, emotional activation, and the simple loss of time awareness. The practical implication is simple. Intention is weakest inside a strong cue environment. Small amounts of friction can work better than a promise to be more disciplined. A phone setting can reduce salience. Grayscale, scheduled focus, or moving the charger away from the bed changes the cue before the urge becomes a decision. A stopping point works best when it is specific. One update round, one timer, or one defined source. Vague limits leave the feed in charge of the endpoint. Before the next scroll, identify the likely need. Information, reassurance, stimulation, and transition are different problems, so they each require different responses. If you want a structured way to test these ideas, there is a free checklist in the description, along with the full Doomscroll Break Kit. Use whichever level feels right. The goal is not a perfect evening. It is to give the brain another transition signal. A notebook, quiet audio, or a low-light routine that does not invite more input. An urge is dynamic. If it is not immediately reinforced, its intensity can change. Observing that curve provides information that fighting the urge often cannot. For a useful experiment, track the system. When the phone enters the room, what feeling came first, and what made stopping easier or harder? Try one small environmental change for 3 nights. The purpose is observation, not moral judgment. Learn which cues maintain the loop in your own evenings. Notice the cue, adjust the environment, and repeat the experiment. Sustainable change usually comes from feedback, not from a single dramatic decision. Late-night doomscrolling is a learned loop operating in a tired context. Understanding the mechanism makes the behavior less mysterious and the intervention more precise. For the checklist and the complete Doomscroll Break Kit, open the description. Start with one evening, one cue, and one small change you can observe clearly. The aim is not perfect control. It is a better designed transition from information to rest. Free checklist in the description. Full system. Doomscroll Break Kit.